Hey there, I'm Amy Connell. Welcome to Graced Health, the podcast for women who want simple and grace-filled ways to take care of themselves. I'm a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach who wants you to know your eating, movement, and body don't have to be perfect. You just need to be able to do what you're called to do. This is an Ask the Trainer session or episode where I answer questions you may have about either your movement or your eating or how they work together in about 5 minutes. Today's question is, what can I drink after a sweaty workout? Now, if you've been listening with me a while, you may have heard the August 4th episode, Ask the Trainer episode back in season 5, which was It's Hot and Humid, Help. So this is a little bit different because I specifically want to focus on what you can drink. Like I said last week, I get inspiration from a lot of different places, and this one actually came from a friend who lives in a very hot and humid area that is not Houston. And she said, I just feel like I need to drink something other than water when I get back because I've sweat so much. And she said, what can I have? So we kind of dug into this, and I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and share this with you all as well. So I want to get into the, is it chemistry? Is that the right word? I don't know. The science behind when we sweat. So when we sweat, we are obviously losing fluid, and cells are in that fluid of the water that we're perspiring. The two main elements in that water, so obviously there's water, and then there's also sodium and there's potassium that are in your cells, So some of it is called intracellular, some of it is called extracellular. It doesn't really matter. Just know that those are the two main electrolytes that are in your cells that come out when you sweat. If you find, I know I've said this before, but if you find that your visor or your sports bra has like white lines, then you are a really salty sweater and you're sweating a lot. And so salt is one of the things that you need to replenish after a really sweaty workout. The other thing is potassium. So you want to find beverages or drinks that are high in both of those. Now, the one thing that we don't want to do is have something that has a decent amount of sodium and potassium in it, but also has a lot of sugar or a lot of other added things that maybe you don't need. Now, it's one thing if like you're having a recovery meal and you're trying to replenish your not only your electrolytes, but also your proteins and your carbs, like we've talked about before. I'm just talking strictly fluids. So I want to share with you a couple things I have come across, I have tried, I recommend, and maybe these will be good options for you. So give them a try. The first thing I recommend, and again, I know that we talked about this a little bit on the hot and humid conditions, is something called Nuun hydration. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not positive, but it's spelled Nuun. They come in a little cylinder, and the tablets are kind of effervescent. So you actually put them in a glass of water. You wait about 5 minutes, and it dissolves. It's not fizzy or anything after it's done dissolving, but this has very small amount of calories. It's 15 calories if you're counting that. And then it has 300 milligrams of sodium and 150 milligrams of potassium. So those are not huge amounts, but they are enough to reestablish some of that in your lost sweat. Another product that I don't currently have, so I'm sorry I can't give you the specifics on it, but Hammer Nutrition makes another good electrolyte replacement drink that is lower in sugar and really good quality stuff. Another thing I have found recently at the grocery store is a product by Nestle, and it's called Nestle Pure Life. It's water, so it has no calories, no sugar, no added sweeteners or anything like that. And there's one with potassium in it. So it's just kind of extra potassium into this water. And I think maybe it's like lemon flavored or orange flavored or something like that. There's another one with magnesium as well, which I know we're not talking about magnesium today, but I tend to get, I call them muscle twitches at night if I'm sweating a lot or if I'm working out a lot, and the magnesium will help relax your muscles. So there's a little side science lesson for you. But anyway, that's a really great one. That one's, I think it's like either $1.50 or $2 per bottle that you buy. So it's not super economically. I mean, that's kind of expensive to me. I've tried it once and I was like, yeah, this is good. I would totally recommend it. I'm just don't want to spend that much money on one drink. But you know what? If you are planning a really long time for you to be working out, or if your kids are working or, have like 2-a-days outside, that might be worth the investment to get it just to get that extra potassium in. And I think it had some sodium in there as well. Now, one thing my friend asked me is, well, what about Propel? So I know a lot of nutrition coaches will have varying thoughts on artificially sweetened drinks. Personally, what I found, science aside, when I have those, it messes up my blood sugar. I figured this out many, many years ago and since have pretty much quit artificial sweeteners just for my own personal choice. I can tell you from my nutrition coaching that scientifically, they're really saying it's not that bad. So that is a choice that you need to make in what is best for you. Again, for me, I just choose not to. But the deal with something like Propel and Gatorade Zero is I want you to look at the labels. I want you to look at the label and make sure that it's going to have sodium on that. That's a really easy thing to get in there. But also make sure it has potassium. I just kind of got online, Googled it up. Who says that? Googled it. And started looking at nutrition labels for Propel. Some of them have potassium, some of them don't. So if you are comfortable having artificially sweetened drinks, and you're trying to replenish fluids and electrolytes lost in sweat, make sure that it is giving you the electrolytes that you are looking for. Don't just believe the label, because you know what? Sodium is an electrolyte, and that's in everything. So there's a lot of claims that can be made for that. Just make sure you read your label, make sure it says potassium in there somewhere, and you'll know that you're getting that. I would love to know what works for you. What do you like? Head over to the Graced Health Podcast Facebook group. I'll link that below, and let me know what you like, because I'm sure I have missed something and I want to know, is there something else I need to try? Okay, that is all for today. Go out there and have a Grace day.